So in this lesson, I want to share you another way to handle a very specific thing on mobile application that you will face a lot when you interact with element on the page, on the screen, I mean. So if I go to the form here, you see, after I input something and then I want to click on the active button. So as a user, in the real case, you need to scroll up a little bit till you can see those buttons. But on automation test, sometimes if you input all of the thing and then you specify the correct selector value for those buttons and then you try to click, it will throw for you something like not interactive or something like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time you need to scroll up till you can see it displayed on the viewport here on the screen and then you click on the active. So that's why we need to know how to swipe up and swipe down, swipe from left to right and right to left, okay? So in this lesson, I want to show you how to swipe vertically, okay? Vertically, that means this direction, you scroll up or scroll down. So we call it scroll vertically, okay? So I have something on the slide here because I just want to tell you a little more in detail, then you can understand about the context. So the first thing you need to know is that we have some coordination, coordination. Yeah. So here you can see this this direction. This is the X direction, and this is the Y direction. So if you move something on the application position here on the top left here, you will see its view start with the location 0, 0. That means the X coordination will be 0 and the Y coordination will be 0 as well. So if you move from the left to the right here, the X coordination value will be increased, and if you move from the top to bottom here, you will see the Y coordination will be increased. Okay, so this is the ways you can recognize whether you swipe in the correct direction or not. So now talking about how we can swipe vertically. In this case, our target that we want to scroll up. Okay, we scroll up to see those buttons here. So in this case, we swipe vertically with the direction from bottom to the top here. So look at the cursor here. For example, as a user, I will put my finger here, right, in the middle. And then, or I can put here at the middle here. It's not the middle compared with the height, but the width, okay, here, around here. And then I press on the screen, then I move to this position, and then I release the finger. So you can see here, the thing change is the Y coordination here just change. Its view decrease. You see its view decrease. So I call something around here is 80% of the Y compared to the height of the screen here. So I will move here, so it should be around 10%, okay? But you see, we will not change the X coordination value here. You see, we just keep here. So this is the way we scroll from bottom to top, okay? So the X will be around 50% compared to the width here, the screen's width here. And the Y coordination value will be decreased from around 90% to 10%. Okay, so this is the way. Now just go back here, and then we will try to list out all of the steps that we need to do. So just go here, go back to the IDE. Okay, here we go. So you open the API learning package here, and then you create a new Java class with the name swipe vertically. Or in this case, you can name something like swipe from bottom to top or swipe up, scroll up, something like that. But just name is general, something like swipe vertically here. Then inside we will create a main method like before, and then we list all of the steps here. So first step, I want to create a session. After that, I will click on form label and form label here. Then what I want to do that after I click on the form label, I want to make sure I am on the target screen. Okay, I will tell in detail about this later. Now I will do something like I will get the window side, because here you can see if I want to interact, if I want to put something here, I need to specify where I need to put, right? So, and I will base on the screen size, the width and the height. Okay, now go back here. So I will get the mobile screen size. After that, I will init the start point to touch and the end point to touch, right? We need to specify, or we call something like init the start point and end point to touch and release, right? And then finally, we will try to perform the touch action here. So here we need to create a session. So we will specify appium driver. Appium driver here equal appium driver standard that we created before, and we use the convenience methods get appium driver. After that, I will use something like appium driver dot file element by accessibility ID, and in this case should be the form. Then I will click after that directly, right? So this one will return for me an element on the page, and after that I will use the API click to interact with the form label here. So I don't need to specify the mobile element anymore. So now I just want to make sure that I am on the target the screen. So in this case, let me try to close this one and then try to start a new session. Okay, so let me try to do something here first. So as you still remember, we have something related to flow and weight before, right? So in this case, I want to add something like web driver weight here equal the weight instant equal new web driver weight, and then we put something like appium driver with the maximum wait time is 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So now, because as a best practice, so you remember we have some implicit weight here globally, but in this case, we will try to swipe on the screen. So as a best practice, if you try to interact on a new screen, but I mean, you do something, but will be not on the element on the page. So global weight will not be applied in that context. So that's why you need to specify a flow and weight yourself, and you need to define the rule yourself to make sure that you on the target the screen before you do some specific action on that. Okay. So here I will try to wait until I think expected condition here, visibility of the element. Yeah, I think it should be visibility of is provide something like the web element. Okay, here I forgot to put something like mobile element. So this one, I think we can specify something like visibility ID. I am just confused a little because this one is related to the web element, but I think it should be okay. Visibility ID of the web element, but in this case, I want to try to find out appium driver dot find something related to accessibility ID here. I think it should work. And in this case, what I want to do that, let me try to navigate to the form first, and then I refresh the stroke. So you can manually navigate to the form, and then you refresh the stroke here to have the latest. So I will assume that when I see something from components here, that means I am on the target screen. So just click here. So I think what we have is the text, I think. We don't have any text here. Let me see, anything that's specific on the screen. Maybe this one is specific, right? So I just want to make sure that this element display. So let me try to go back to handle toggle button to get the value. So in this case is switch text. Okay, let me try to go back here. So that means I will wait until the toggle button display, and then I will go for the rest of step. Okay. So now what I want to do that I want to get the window size. So if I want to get the window size, it will return something like dimensions class. So I will have something like dimension here from Selenium, you see, and I call it window size or screen size. It doesn't matter. You can name it as screen size as well. Okay, so this is window size equal appium driver, and then I will call something like Windows. Should be mandice and window, mandice and Windows, and then I will get the Windows size or get the size. So it will return for me a dimension. So I want to get something related to screen height and screen width. Okay, so integer screen height equal window size dot get height, and then I try to duplicate. Now I change here the variable to screen width, and in this case I will get the width value here. So this is the mobile screen size right now. Okay, so now I want to init the start point and the end points to touch. Okay, so what I want to do that I want to touch in the middle of screen horizontally. So you know the middle of the X coordination here you see we don't change. So even the start point and the end points will be the same for the X direction here. So the X coordination value will be not changed, right? So now I will specify something like integer start X. Maybe I will call something like X start point. Okay, start point equal. So in this case, it will be 50% of the screen width, right? And the end point for the X direction, it should be the same here. So we can use the same here. So I think I can reassign. It should be the same here, right? Now, what I want to do that I want to declare integer white start point equal should be around 90%, right? So it should be 90 multiplied with the screen height, and then I divide for 100. I duplicate, and the end point for the white direction, it should be around 10%, right? I explained here, stuck here around 90% compared with the screen height here, and then I will move here around 10%. Okay, so now we will try to perform the touch action. Okay, so we will declare a new touch action from Selenium here. You see the touch action here. this one, test action. Yeah, this one from appium Java client here. I click it here. So test action equal new test action. Okay, and we need to specify the appium driver inside here. So from here, I will call something like test action dot. The first thing I want to do that I will press, right? I want to press on the start point first, right? So in this case, it's required to provide point option. Okay, so here I need to have something like point, something related to the point option here. So we call it start point. Equal new point option here, and then I will provide the X start point and Y start point here, right? X start point and Y start point here, I think. Oh no, we need to use something with coordinates here. And then should be X start point and Y start point here. So we will do the same for endpoint here, endpoint, and it should be X endpoint and Y endpoint here. Okay. Now the third action that I want to press on the start point, right? And then I will use something like move to the endpoint, okay? And then I will try to release, right? Release the finger. And then finally, very important, you need to call perform. If not, the whole action chain here will be not executed, okay? So you call perform here, right? So now I just want to try to run this one. I think it will be failed, but I want to try to run first, and then I will explain for you why it failed. Then we will try to fix that one, okay? But you see, this is the natural method chaining that we want to use. We press, then we move, we release, and then we perform. That means we will send this action chain to appium server, and then appium server will help us to execute on the device. Okay, so now let me try to start the appium server here, and now I want to run this one. Let me open the appium server here. Okay, let me open the visor app as well, and then you can see on the mobile screen. Sorry for any background noise around, okay? Okay, and now if you try to open the socket and launch the application, click on Confirm. You see, we executed the script successfully here, the exit cost 0 here, but it seems nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. And then it's because here we press and we move to and we release. Actually, we need to wait a little. In the middle, we press and we wait a little, around 1 second. If we move immediately, the action change will be failed. So we need to wait a little here. So the wait here a little tricky, and you need to pay attention a little, okay? So we press, and then we wait a little. So in this case, we will try to use the wait action here. Just put here, okay? So in the wait action here, you need to put a new wait option. If you come here, you see it needs a wait action, something related to in the constructor wait action here. So we need to provide something related to the wait option. Okay, so we provide new wait option here. But this new wait option, we need to specify a duration. Okay, a duration. So inside we need to call something like duration here from java.time. Okay, dot of, you see, of second here, duration of second, and we provide 1. And duration of second with duration, oh sorry, it should be new option with duration, and we provide duration dot of second 1 second here. Okay, so a little tricky here, and you need to pay attention a little. Okay, so we need to wait a little, wait action. In this wait action, it needs a new wait option with duration. Okay, and the duration comes from java.time here, and we call the method of second we provide here. So that means you wait around 1 second before move to the target. Then we release and we perform. Okay, let me try to enter to the new line, and then you can see the action change easier. Okay, and then we perform. Now I run again. And hopefully this time it will perform successfully, but I think it will. Okay, you see? So finally, we could try to, swipe vertically successfully. And in this case, we swipe from the bottom to the top. That means we try to scroll up, right? We scroll up. So you can do the same thing if you want to scroll down, okay? So for example, what I want to do that I will try to scroll up, and then I scroll down. So I will do the same thing, right? Okay, let me try to do scroll down for you. So in this case, I just need to reverse, right? Reverse the start point and the end point. So this one, third action again. So let me try to do something like scroll up. Okay, scroll up. That means swipe from bottom to top. And then this one is scroll down. Yeah. Okay, so let me try to understand something here. So this is scroll up, right? And this is scroll down, up here and then down here. Okay, so okay, I'm correct here, because I just don't want to make you confused here. So for scroll down here, we swipe from top to bottom. Okay, so we need to press here the start point here will be the end point, and the end point will be the start point, right? Because we need to reverse the direction. So it should be the end point and the start point. Yeah. And now we run again to see whether we can perform something like scroll up and then scroll down. Okay. Open the appium server here and open the device. What's going on here? Yeah, it's still building. And open the visor as well. Okay, now we need to wait a little before the appium server can communicate with the bootstrap. Okay, you see, scroll up, scroll down. Okay, perfect. So I just want to summarize a little here. If you want this is very important, okay? So if you want to interact on a screen and the first action on that screen is not to interact with any element on the screen, but you need to do some specific thing like I have just did that I want to try. So you need to make sure that you on that screen before you interact with the element, okay? Because the transition from this screen to another screen, we have some delays. And if you don't wait for that, the rest of action may be applied to the previous screen, not the target screen. So it's very important to apply some fluent weight here, okay? So before interacting, you need to get the mobile screen size first because we will try to calculate where the start point and where is the end point to do it. Okay, so for scroll vertically, we will not change the x coordination value, but we change the y coordination value. So you see here, so this is the way we can swipe up or down. Okay, so yeah, I think that's enough for this lesson. And in the next lesson, I will share you how to scroll horizontally. Horizontally, that means we will do something like from left to right, right to left, something like that. Okay, so try to explore around. Bye for now and see you in the next lesson.